been tuned into the Streets Session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Abid, come on, man, real quick, man. Listen, I had to stop the music real quick. Abid, let them know what it is that you do, bro. Because you know what? For a lot of people around this world, this is not a normal conversation. So, you know, you can actually take the mic out of the thing and hold it. Let them know what you do first and foremost.
Welcome, everyone, to the show. My name is Abid.
Cheers.
I'm what you call an audiologist.
Yes.
That's my registered title. I did a master's degree at UCL.
Yeah.
I spent several years working in the NHS.
Yeah.
And essentially what an audiologist does is help people hear better. That involves hearing assessments, fitting hearing aids, providing ear protection to noise exposure, which we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, and we're going to have a conversation of that later on the show, so I want to make sure everybody know, don't leave the station. We will be having that conversation, everything. But if you want to talk about anything, so shout out to everybody that called in earlier, you know, regarding the football show. But right now, if you're still listening, we're now at the street sessions, right? So I want to make sure that you lot stay and don't leave that dial. So make sure you don't leave that dial. Listen, Abid's going to be here. 07534160721. The phone lines are going to be open during this whole time. I want to tell you something you might not know. Now, I started to be a dental hygiene. Oh, I started to be a dental hygienist.
Oh, I was aware.
So I did a dental hygiene course. So essentially, I can clean your teeth, but that's about it.
Listen, that's valuable.
It's funny because whenever I talk to you, they look at me and go, wait, what? And I go, yeah, you know, because my dad's a dentist.
Okay.
And he owned a lot of businesses.
Impressive.
He's got a practice in Uganda. He's got a school in Uganda, and he's building on, you know, bringing loads of schools to Africa, and
that's amazing.
You know, a lot of dental places there. So he wanted me to learn it because he wanted me to be next on kin, obviously. So if something happens to him,
to inherit the family,
I take over, and you know, we carry it on. Now it's funny because I always say that teeth get left out in the conversation. I always say that. So for somebody like you who, you know, deals with essentially, you know what, we're doing an interview right now. You might as well give it to him because he hasn't got a cup. What we got, bro? There should be a white cup underneath there. We do everything live, guys. You know how it is on a street session. Everything is done live. We don't play games here, man. Yeah, go to the kitchen. We do everything live. That's how we do it on the station.
Organic.
So, listen, my son MK was getting some drinks for us, and he ended up not getting any clean cups. So, hey, Joe, why are you coming back, bro? Go get a clean cup. But I want to say, I feel like mouth hygiene gets left out in a lot of conversations. Now, we was just talking right here, and it's funny, for somebody who studied biology, my ear game is weak. So the way how I did my stuff privately. So I got into a dental school, not gonna lie, because of who my dad was, not because of what my grades was.
Okay, yeah.
I got B in biology, but I failed physics and chemistry. So if I had gone the uni route, I wouldn't have been able to make a dentistry course.
I respect you for putting that out on the line.
Yeah,
I respect that.
like I'm never.
It's not easy. A-levels are not easy.
It's not easy. I completely failed. I'm not gonna cap. I went in there with my, you know, my GCSEs, thinking I was the one, and I came out, bro. Listen, I took 3 GCSEs. I took physics, chemistry, and I didn't do biology because I passed it. Yeah. And I only got C's at GCSE. I thought, yeah, you know what? If I just do the others, that'll boost my score for uni. But what ended up happening was that I just completely failed. And then I took media as well. So those 3. And I was also retaking maths because I failed maths at GCSE. I failed maths at GCSE, but I took that in the hope of basically I got 7 GCSEs, A to C's, mainly A's. I got A in media, A in graphics, A in RE, A in citizen. I just got bare A's and a couple of B's.
That's impressive, bro.
But I failed maths and
that was the one that they demanded that you need to get to get to.
So I had to retake maths anyways. And then it's called applied science because I didn't actually take science usually, but obviously you get the 3 subjects in applied science. So I passed biology with a B, and then I failed physics. But they only let me take science at college because I passed everything else, and I passed biology as one of these subjects within applied. So they was like, you know what, your grades are good, you might as well just come along, because they're just looking at it like at colleges specifically, they want any good student that they think is a good student, right?
Sure.
So they let me go through. I did alright. I essentially got equivalent to a pass, but it wasn't great.
Sure. Thank you for the
shout out to my man Joe in the building. Hey, but Joe, you got to join this conversation right now. So yeah, my point to you is, do you feel like what? I mean, yeah, Joe, your mic's there. But obviously for Abid, the conversation to do with ear, sound, listening. How much do you feel like we dismiss that conversation? Because
it gets neglected.
Yeah.
It gets neglected. No one grows up thinking, I want to become an audiologist one day.
Yeah.
It's not a household skill set. It's not a household profession.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon it. My first degree was in neuroscience.
Okay, yeah.
And that opened my eyes to the area of the science of hearing.
Yeah.
And then did the course in audiology at UCL.
Yeah.
And then became qualified as an audiologist.
Yeah.
What attracted me to it was I felt like having a skill that will help people in some sort of way, I thought would be valuable.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the same as you. Oh, this is a niche expertise.
Yeah. Which one is what I started to do math?
Or the dentistry thing.
Yeah, the dentistry thing. Because like, well, my dad's doing it already, so I kind of have a cheat code into the game, right? But what interested me the most was the fact that like, I've never looked at dentistry or anything within that subject as something that I need to know.
Okay.
I was just living life knowing that my dad's a dentist, and I didn't care.
Right. Oh wow.
I just didn't care.
He didn't relay that to you. The importance of it.
Growing up, it was all about don't drink sugar, don't do this, blah blah blah. But I saw it as almost like as a Muslim kid being told don't talk to girls. You got to pray 5 times a day.
I was just about to bring it to girls because
you know what I'm saying?
You need good teeth when you're dating.
Yeah, but like when I feel like as a young kid, when you get told not to do things, you then start feeling like you want to try those things, right?
Right.
So it was automatically, as soon as I was making my own money and doing my own thing, because from 16, I was working.
Okay, you were working hard.
Once my check came in, that little £200 after earning that £3 an hour from Body Shop. Shout out to all the man in my Body Shop them times there.
Shout out Body Shop.
Yeah, like I just, I was doing my own thing. Okay. So I started buying the sweets and the sugar that I wasn't getting when I was a kid. I was, linking the girls or doing what I needed to do when I was 16. And, you don't actually realize, it's not until you get older and you have actual problems. Like for me, when I started seeing decay, I had gum disease before.
Like fillings.
I had like 3-4 fillings. That's when you're like, oh snap. He was looking after me from young.
Absolutely.
So, that's how it made me change. But obviously, Joe, somebody like you, obviously you got your mic's not working. Where is it? This one? Oh, this one, yeah.
Number 2.
What's number 2?
Number 2, man. It's right there. Number 2.
This one.
No.
Here.
Line 2.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Technical difficulties.
What was fun, man? When always do things like there you go. Nah, it's not working, bro. What's the other mic?
Yeah, the one on top there. Yeah.
There you go. Is it working? Nah, I'm not seeing it. Let me do that on this one. Now? There you go. Now, Joe, for somebody who's a producer, and obviously you got a hearing doctor. Actually, I'm going to put this to you first, actually, because I thought it's very important.
Sure.
When it comes to the volume that we should be inheriting in our ears, is there like an advice on how high our music should be? Because obviously right now we've got iPhone doing this whole thing of they're warning you whenever they think the volume's too loud.
Absolutely.
Should we be listening to that, or should we be ignoring that?
You should be listening to those warnings. Absolutely. Noise-induced hearing damage is irreversible. So when your iPhone is telling you, we've noticed your volume is very loud, it's trying to protect you.
Of course,
Evidence-based research has shown excessive noise exposure can leave permanent damage to the hearing.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. When you go to a nightclub or a concert, after you come home, do you sometimes feel your ears are ringing?
Yeah. Especially if I've been chilling next to the speakers. And obviously as a DJ, now I'm always next to the speakers. So I'll definitely feel it more now than I ever did before. 100%.
So, there's a saying, humans, seeing is believing.
Yeah.
I like to say feeling is believing. So you've physically felt the difference of excessive noise exposure being next to that speaker. So your body is telling you already, this is harming me.
100%.
You know, I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, guys. You know, it's okay to expose yourself to noise here and there. Just be wary. The exposure for too long can damage your hearing. So stay away from the speaker. So extend your distance away from a speaker. Reduce the noise exposure amount.
100%.
So maybe 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes. It's an example. You can also invest in noise filters, custom-made ones, which we do at London Audiology.
Oh, you do that as well? I want to say though, is there like a if there was a volume scale of 0 to 100 that we have on most TVs or phones, wherever it is nowadays?
Yes.
Out of 100%, where do you think the level should be? 50?
So let's talk in decibels. Which is the measurement unit for sound. Regular speech conversation is around 60 decibels. Now, when we're listening to music, we're turning it up. We're turning it to about 80, 90 sometimes.
100%,
Because my mum is something else too. So.
What's your mum on?
I don't know, man.
Your mum needs to come see me.
Man's talking wedding music. 2 billion, yeah?
So when we get into those numbers, we need to start thinking about protecting our ears, because also decibels doesn't go up in the same ratio as percentage. So the difference between 80 and 90% is only 10%. But the difference between 80 decibels and 90 decibels is not just a factor of 10. It's louder than that. So for example, to put it into context, the level of sound a plane makes when it's flying off is roughly 120 decibels. So if your speakers are doing 100, it's almost like witnessing a plane fly off almost. You're not far off. So you gotta protect yourself.
You do, and obviously that's a long-term effect. For people that either just tuned in or may not know, what is the effect that it can have if you are constantly playing music that could be too loud for your ears?
That is a great question. So I've been testing people's hearing for almost 7 years now. I've seen many people who, through their line of work or through acoustic trauma, have had their hearing damaged. What we find when we test hearing, especially with someone with a noise-induced hearing loss. Hearing loss is when your hearing is no longer as good as it was before.
Of course,
They have a drop in their hearing at 4 kilohertz. 4 kilohertz is high frequency. The treble. Also, this includes the consonants, so the S's, the T's, these letters. That drop, when you're trying to listen to someone, you can hear noise, but you won't hear the clarity of what's being said.
I hear that.
This is also why many people don't accept they have a hearing problem. Because they can hear the noise. So it's important you prevent that from happening. Protect your ears. You don't want a high frequency hearing loss. You don't want to lose the clarity in your hearing. It will make life more difficult. Communication is important in so many areas. We're using communication right now. To appreciate music, we need to hear well.
Facts, No, I hear that. You know what? That's a very interesting point. And obviously, listen, make sure you lot stay locked in, because you know what I'm saying? We've got Doctor, we've got the hottest in the streets, Dr. Abid in the building, you know what I'm saying? We've got one of our main guests in the building, Jock Shan, you know what I'm saying? He's here right now. He's about to come out next to an interview. Don't leave a dial though, because Dr. Abid is going to be here for all the topics, all the conversations that we've got going on. Before we get you back here, and obviously we get our main guest to do a little interview, what would you say would be your advice to people who specifically work within loud music? And obviously, before you answer that as well, Joe, somebody like you who does, producing, constantly editing videos, and you honestly constantly listen to loud voice. Do you ever go through situations where you feel like your ears may not be working, first and foremost? And secondly, do you have a question for, our audiologist?
I'm actually quite wary. I think the only time I sort of like neglect my ears is when I'm actually listening to music. When it comes to like working and stuff, I am very wary.
Good.
Especially because there have been a couple of instances where
Wait, hold on. Hey, Richard Evans is going to be in the building from 7 p.m., so stay locked in for that one, yeah?
I've got an idea from what you said. My advice would be, first thing, have a hearing assessment. Whether it's with me or any registered audiologist, because that will give you the baseline of your hearing right now. And you'll have that on record. Then you can get reassurance whether your hearing is normal or not. That's the start. And then, as you continue your work, as you're exposed to more noise, monitor your hearing. Have another test maybe after 3 months, after 6 months. And then if you see a drop, then you know, damn. But what I believe in is don't let that drop happen. So to prevent that drop, you can invest in custom ear filters, which can be custom made for your ears. Obviously, I will look after you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Love.
And this will, the difficult side is the sound might not be as natural. But you're protecting yourself. Look, it's 2021. The technology is really good now. It may be as good as normal hearing. Who knows? So you're only one way to find out, and then see if it works for you. Great.
I was a shout to my man Wayne. He said, Richard Evans, he deserved to be known. So make sure you don't stay locked in, because he is coming up next. Obviously, listen, main special guest right now, Jock Shan. Pull up. I don't know why you're hiding in the other room still. Come pull up right now. I was a shout out to Abid in the building, you know what I mean? Listen, if you want to get to know my guy, Mr. Abid, you know what I mean? Listen, hearing test, earwax, microsuction, hearing aids, overall ear care, London-based clinics down the road. Listen, more about 07464807451, 07464807451, Abid at london-audiology.com, www.london-audiology.com. Listen, make sure you holler in, make sure you check him out. London Audiology, yeah? Share. Instagram is London Audiology, yeah? Yeah? Alright, cool. So make sure you check him out right there as well, yeah? Being tuned into the Streets Session with your boy Firahs and
Joe MK.
Why is this the name of our show, bro?
Because we're the hottest in the streets.
Catch us online, on the go, and on the FM.
Okay, let's go.